Hey everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be transforming an old door into a Christmas tree. Now we usually make these every year for our local craft fair, and we usually have a forest of them and they sell like hotcakes. So if you want to see how we turn an old door into a Christmas tree, make sure you stick around. We start with, you guessed it, an old door. We've been using this one to display our signs for years, and we store it outside, so naturally it was warping a little and was slightly rotting at the bottom. The first thing I do is cut off the rotten part. Next, I measure across to the middle and make a mark so that I know where my peak will be. I use a straight edge to draw out my lines and see where my cuts will be. This is also vital to determine if there are any nails or screws in the cut path you need to remove first so that you don't ruin or dull your blade. Typically, we'll usually get 2 trees out of one door by connecting the 2 cutoff pieces in addition to our primary one. And as I said, we always try to get the most out of each door. Next, I'm going to make the base. I make these to sandwich the door in between, so I need to account for the thickness of the door. Then I cut the trunk to length, since this will be our tree trunk. I'm measuring out for the notch that the door will fit into, and this will create that sandwich. and this is essentially what we're going for. Next, I'm going to cut the pieces to stabilize the trunk that will come out on each side, as you'll see in a little bit. I cut 2 pieces to 16 inches and 2 at 15.5, just so all the pieces sticking out match in measurement after accounting for the thickness of the wood. And just to give you an idea, this is what it will look like. Next, I sand the whole door to get any splinters or loose dirt off. And I also sand the 2x4s I made for the base. And as you can see, we are painting this in Fusion's Manor Green. We mostly use any paints we have left over from other projects, but aren't usually enough to paint an entire piece of furniture. So this is a great use to use up that little bit that's remaining. Next, I pre-drill my holes for attaching my base to prevent any cracking or splitting. Then I use 3-inch screws to pull it all together. I'm using Minwax Early American 230 stain since it's a nice warm color to go with this green.
Do you recall when we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice? And I knew it would catch up, and that we would be the ones left behind.
I also put a coat of paint on the other side of the door because you never know which way somebody's going to want it turned.
The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. On this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time. time is gone and I grew up. I somehow made it through without losing.
Once the stain is dry, I seal it with 2 coats of semi-gloss Rust-Oleum spray sealer.
And I still wonder where you are, and if you found a way out from the dark. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am on, I've gotta stay here for some time. Bruises they come and they
I give the door a good sanding and distressing. Then I use a poly to seal and protect it. I measured out to the center of the door so I could place it, and then I used a level to get it as straight as possible, and you could also use a square for this. I pre-drill 2 holes in the front and 1 from the back, and use 3-inch wood screws to hold everything tightly sandwiched together. Next, I cut the edge trim pieces, which are basically simple furring strips, and I stain them the same as the base. I attach them with a bead of wood glue and some finished nails. Just as a reminder, here's what we started with, and here's what it looks like now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's probably not everybody's style, but these do sell like crazy by us. So we always make some every year for our craft fair and for our booths. And they add a nice seasonal touch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.